Crazy Penguin teaches you Linux. NickSnoob.com.
Welcome to NickSnoob. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make magic desktop apps or icons in KDE. And we kind of did this in a previous video where we created this sync phone photos icon. And the only difference here is we're going to drag and drop things and use a special argument that references whatever gets dropped onto it. So to show you how that works, I'm just going to go create new, link to application. I'm just going to call this test. And this is the name, and I'll zoom in here so you can see this. This is the name of the .desktop file that gets created. We can also click here and give it an icon, and I'll do that in a second. Under application, I'm just going to call this test. And this is the actual text that shows up on the icon on the desktop. And for our program, we're just going to say echo. And then for the arguments, I'm going to do %f. And %f means whatever file gets dropped onto it. There's also a %F, which will give you a list of files if you're dropping multiple files. So that's it. I'm going to go advanced options. And I'm going to say run in terminal and do not close when the command exits so we can see what happens. So now I'm going to zoom back out on my desktop. And this is the same image library I used in the last video, just a bunch of comfy UI generated images. So if I drag this onto here, you can see what happens there. It basically just printed out, zoom in, it printed out the path to that image. And if I were to do multiple images, it's going to open multiple terminals. There we go. So there's the path to one, there's the path to the other, and there's the path to the other. So in our last video, we converted images to webp using cwebp, the cwebp command. So let's make this do that with these images. I will right click on here, go to properties. Now that we're actually making it do something fun, we can change the icon to something image related. Let's just do picture. Let's go image. And I'll just use this. Okay. And then for the name, I'm going to call this create webp. And then for the application, I'm going to call that create or make webp. It's a little shorter. Make webp. I'm going to go back to general make webp. Okay. So application make webp. The command to do the convert to webp was cwebp. And then the path that we already have, that's the path to the image, and then -o, and then the path to what we want to call the new image. And I'm just going to do the same name with a .webp extension. And now for this, we don't want it to open in a terminal or stay open. So I'm just going to uncheck those and say OK, and then say OK. And then I'll zoom back out on my desktop here. So now we have a make webp icon. And if I drag one of these images over, you can see that just created the webp. I could take every image in this directory, drag it on top of there, and we just converted all of those to webp. Under the hood, this is making a .desktop file, and we can go edit that directly if we wanted to. Just go to my desktop here, and here's our make p.desktop. If we open this with Kate, we can look at the file that it created. And this is useful if you're wanting to do other stuff. In a future video, I'll show you how to make a service menu where if you right-click on a PNG or a JPEG, it'll offer the menu to convert to WebP. And we could use this as a starting point for that. But you can see you've got the executable there. You've got the generic name that it didn't fill out, but that's US English name. And this also supports a bunch of other, languages. We've got the MIME type, which doesn't really apply here because we're only going to drag PNGs or JPEG onto this. But if we were doing a service menu to make it only display if we're on the right type of file, we would use the mine type. But anyway, so this is just a text file that you could edit. The built-in editor in KDE is really nice. Just being able to right-click onto that, go to Properties and Application, and do it from here is really fantastic. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe so you don't miss future content, and I will see you in the next one.